Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see you on the chat. If you're watching this, just type good morning. If you are there, just type good morning. I'm sure that you type at least good morning. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So streams that yesterday we just live streamed so many hours. I think it was almost 8 hours. So I was just checking this and I realized it was almost actually 8 hours. That was crazy. That was crazy. We were following on the USD JPY. We were following on USD JPY, and that was interesting because for those who remember this, we captured a very big move yesterday. We made some quite a good amount of money. I just decided to keep everything running. I left my computers and then I just decided to leave everything to run, and that was so amazing. We made some quite good amount of money there. That was so good. Now that is interesting. So if you're watching this, ensure that you like. That is the first thing that you actually have to start. Now I want us to do this quickly because I want us to do this very quick. But remember one thing: today we have some major news that is coming out. I see some rumors, people saying, I don't know, the NFP and being switched to postponed all the way to day 10. But I think whether we are going to be getting that is actually going to be removed probably here. We're going to be removed from Forex Factory calendar. So we are still waiting for the confirmation of the rumors that we are hearing. And, yeah, it's possible. The reason it is possible is because now there's a current government shutdown in the US. So probably they are going to push it until then to date 10. That is what we are going to be getting from that area here, probably to this date here. Now that is what we are expecting. So in case maybe that comes out, I'm going to be printing that. I'm going to be posting here on the YouTube. You can check my post in case I just get the confirmation of those update. Now this is what really happened yesterday, because remember 2 days we were checking on the USD JPY, but still we are still moving, and we are still moving up, and I am expecting even higher prices from now, because not yet, I think we are almost there, and I still expect higher prices even from now. Now this is what we got yesterday. So this was actually a sniper entry, for those who can remember. So if you go from some few days ago, you see that, or even when you go to the yesterday live stream, you're going to see that was actually a sniper entry that we entered here. It was very, very, very tough here. I know some people are not very patient to just wait for the market around this area here, but at least you can see this was so good. Already we hit. So these are the kind of region that I normally talk about. This region that you see, the reason I normally do this is because this was our entry, but remember this point here that it was already here yesterday. These are kind of the point that you really have to observe every time I draw this, because when the market actually touches those regions, it normally tests these regions. So you have to no, you have to check so well, and that's how you can see the market testing this. And the next one is this one. The next one is here, which is around 148.2. So after 148.2, I think now we'll be moving to 148.600. So that is the next move. So you actually draw the region where there's high chances for the probability of testing the market to test those region. It is always important to do that. It is always important to do that. So we can probably expect the prices to just lower by 20 pips again before it proceeds to move down. But if we get this, unless maybe the NFP is actually going to be different, or maybe today we're not going to be getting the NFP. But for that, if that is if NFP today, remember that is possible. What is going to be happening here is this one. So I'm going to extend I want to show you how the market moves. So there is a probability of what is going to be happening in this market to at least you see how it is moving down to come here before now it comes to break these zones and move all the way up. That is what we are expecting, and is around 147 or 147 400 there. So in case we get that point and you are planning to buy USD JPY, then, or maybe you missed the first move, remember this is just the TP1 here. If you missed the first move, then you just ought to wait until the prices comes at least to 400 there, and then you can actually have your entry. That is going to be very nice for you. So that is the update I have for you for USD JPY that we bought yesterday. Just look at this, a very nice sniper entry. I left the trains running, and that is what happened. So that was nice. You can check the last Sunday live stream that we did right here, and that was good. Now the next analysis that we did, for those who can remember this, because I normally like the week we were checking and we are waiting for the gold to let me show you. We are waiting for the gold to come to this level here, which is 33. This is after 1820s, but remember again, with that we are waiting for the prices to come down now as we break towards the upper side. This is the live stream we did 1 day ago, that is before yesterday. And you can see this move I was talking about here in this video. That is what we are waiting to see in the side of gold, for the prices to come here before now we move on the upper side. That is the same thing I want us to check on the gold, because you see the gold is still moving up. So this is what I was talking about here. So if I go to 4-hour time frame, because I was still on the 4-hour time frame, you see this one. So this is the big move that you saw there, this one big move here. But this one I want to repeat again so that we can see that one live gold. Just look at that. We have this big move here that happened down, and we move all the way to this testing point, and then I was waiting for this to be attached and before the prices to proceed on the upper side. And do we get exact things? Yeah, you can see this is what I was expecting. So this big move here, and then the prices come down and we move to the higher prices now. So now there is possibility. Again, the only thing that can alter the result, remember, it is the news, the fundamentals news that you're going to be getting today, that is being the NFP and unemployment rate, that can actually alter this result. Otherwise, the market is still on the uptrend. But there's one thing that is happening to the gold, and this season you see it is actually just like this, is slowing down, and because the market is actually experiencing the hoverboard sign. This market is extremely high, is extremely very high. The market is extremely high. So just quickly, don't use this, but oh my goodness. Okay, allow me to allow me now to show you something here, because I want to show you. I don't normally don't use the indicators, not all the time, but I want to show you something what I'm talking about here. So if you go to the highest time frame, I normally don't use this, but at least just check this. Actually, I was to come live and tell you, buy at least from here. That is 30, buy from 30. And you can see the prices actually went all the way to 63 today morning. That was interesting. So I was to tell you that. But I want to show you something. If you go to 1 day time frame, indicators normally work on that day time frame, but you can see it's still in the big move because every gap that has been created in the market, it has actually been fulfilled. So from here, this gap here was actually filled. That is the reason we were talking about the market possible of going for those who can remember from the first day. That is the reason we were talking for the market to come here and move on the upper side and all that. And also remember, we started here. The reason we are taking market to come back here, and that is the reason we drew the same thing here and saying the market will move up. But I want you to notice one thing. So if you are kind of a person who normally is an intraday trader or you can actually wait your trends like 3 days like that. It's going to be very dangerous for you. I know gold right now has every signal to tell you that the market is going to be moving up. That is what we are getting. Yes. Yeah, because every gap has been filled already, and already we have this big retracement that happened yesterday here, a big move, of which I know so many people lost money from that because that was so big, because it happened with very quickly from 95 and the market went all the way to 38.20. I know that was crazy. And as for those who are holding the buy point here, I know they lost a lot of money there. That's why you have to be very careful. But right now we are going to be moving up. Gold is actually going to be buying, but there's a problem here. There's an entrance here. The problem comes where I want to use one indicator here to show you why it is dangerous. My indicators here says this mark here. Just look at this stream. Look at this stream. Normally I use 80 to 30, 80 to 20. That is what I use on the RSIs. I normally use 80, and don't know why it is not going. I normally use, yeah, as you can as you can see, this one I want to set it to something different. I want to set it to 80 mark, and I want to set it to 80 and 20. This is what I want to show you here. The reason this is becoming something else. You see, this is 80 mark. How many times the market has actually touched and gone below? So you see, the market actually can even go to 88. But now there's high pressure here, because you can see already the market touched around 80 mark, and that is a sign that the market is already approaching the overbought sign. That's why you see it is really struggling, because people went entered long buys. I think they are assisting, and long-term buyers now they're seeing the market is exhausted and all that. But still there's a small room. There's a small room for this market to touch that 3,900. That is a small room that is going to take place. So once you see the gold prices eating 39 something, let's say that 910, because this is just a market that is forming high highs, then that is the time now we are going to have a sell. The reason for that is because this market is actually going to be going down. The sellers are actually going to assist from that, because on the highest time frame the market is on extreme levels, and we have to be very careful on that. Remember, daily time frame, when you want to check whether indicators normally work, then use high time frame. That is what I can just use there. But on the lower time frame, 1 hour, 4 time frame, indicators will not help you even a single minute. Let's see weekly, because that is very important as well. Remember, gold has actually been on weekly move for a very long time. That is the same thing that you see here. The market is on extreme levels, and guess what level is this? This is 77. So that's why I'm talking about. You see the other extreme levels where the market actually touched the highest is this level here. Those that is the kind of things I look at. 84 when it comes to the highest time frame, which is this one. Just look at this. This is I'm checking all of them here because this is a long time here, and the highest is 88 or on a weekly times frame. This is 85. Let's say 85. So once this market will be creating around with the time, that is what we are estimating here. So once this market will be going to actually be hitting probably, let's say 39.20, it will actually be on a extreme level, and now we can have some confidence to sell, and probably that is going to last probably maybe all the way to 37. That is, can actually be a long-term plan that we can really have on the gold side. So that is my plan. When the gold hit new highs, that is prices above 39, let's even that 920, that is going to be my good sell that I'm going to take, and it's going to focus on a very big move that is going to be happening. I'm going to hold at least some days, and I know that is going to be interesting. I want to make a lot of money from that big move that is going to be happening right there. So let's go back to our game right here. Now what is going to be happening now? We have end here. Remember now the market already just retraced back all the way to this position here. This was yesterday, and after getting to our yesterday position, now the market started moving up. This was the original one, then we moved to this. Now what is can happen really today, because that is what I'm talking about, like the market is almost there for a big sell that is going to be happening. Now what's the point to look out is here, because that is why we have problem, because already if you are selling this market, I think you have high chances of hitting the stop loss. If you are selling right now, you are on the band side. So the only problem that we have is this market to break this zone. So if you are going to break this zone here, I think the market, for some people, you can say it was just to fill the gap that was created here. So for us now to see the market having a sign to move up, I need to get the market that is going to be breaking at least this zone here. You see how it is moving? I need it to break that one. Once it breaks that zone here and we move here above here, then it will be no longer the market that is filling the gaps, but is the market that is moving up, like the way you can see it's just moving. So I'm expecting that candle to penetrate all through, well, just like that. But remember, there is double top that was created here, and it's crazy. Just look at that, and that is what prompted to big move how the market actually moved. And now after that big move that happened, this is another testing point I'm waiting here, because you know when we have the top, there is high probability the market is going to test that also again. Now that is what we have. I'm expecting this market at least, let's come and break this zone and move all the way to this point here. But remember, the market has actually been moving up all those days, but there is no single day we hit, hakuna siku tumehit 39. So that is a new high, at least high values that you can expect to get 3,900. So if we can get that one, I know things are going to be interesting. So that is my focus on the side of gold. It has all clear signs. If you look on all signs, you're going to see that. Let me go to 4 time frame and check the values of interest. Remember now, put that in mind. Put that in mind right now. Put that in mind. Put that in mind. Put that in mind. What I've just spoken right there. Put that in mind. Put that in mind. Put that in mind. Yeah, this is the area now. This is the area here. That is the area. That's to see there are a lot of activities actually happening inside here. So I'm expecting when it comes to this area here, I'm expecting now the buyers to come and push the prices. The reason I'm saying we have to break this zone here is because you can see there's high trading activity that is happening. I know my bond, I know you can see a lot of things happening, but I don't have to delete any. You just have to understand a bit. Now look at this. There's high activity along this area here. That is between 73 and here, and that's why we have so many problems. That like the market testing here being support, being a rejection that is happening to the market. That's why if we are going to break this and the market actually move above this candle here, it's not going to be that long. And remember, where we have low volume nodes, the market tends to move quickly because there is low trending activities that is happening there. So once we break that one, once we break here around here, that is 73, and we move to 18, just know we are going to move to 3,900 very quickly, and that is actually going to be short term. Is the market, like the market is going to get to that quickly and very fast when we hit those levels. So that's what I am expecting on the side of gold once we hit that. Yeah, you can see the rejection here, the trading activities here. So many people buy the pricing, and you can see. You can even go further to this. I want to go further on these values. You can go and click values, and you're going to see everything. Yeah, just look at that. These are volume. The volume that has actually been entered here. So when you go to the futures or you go to the crypto, you're going to see number of lots and not kind of the volume. The volume here is not like 100% accurate, but this is so nice. You can see here, that's why it's called the point of control here. That's why the market is testing the POC around 63, 64 here. So once we break this and probably move above POC, the market is going to have free. It's like when you engage a free care, it just moves. Like for example, when you engage a neutral on your car, and then it is like on a sloppy, like the market, that is what's going to happen here. Downhill, the market is really going to move fast compared to here. That's why we have to break this. So the struggle here is to just break this. Once we break this now, at least we are going to see the market hitting this very fast. This is taking so long from yesterday to break this. You can see the market testing this all along, either support or resistance, the point of control. So once we break that one, high chances we're going to hit 90 all the way there. I probably, so that is what I expect to see from the gold tonight. That is what I expect to see from gold. Yeah, I told you that we have to wait for this one to come to this point here. For around 400, this is USD JPY. So once you're going to see the USD JPY crossing 400, you can take at least 10 pip there to have your entries like it's called scaling in. You can scale in between those 10 pips here. For those who are using some of the pro firms, I know they don't really allow that, but you can scale in between here and you can expect the prices to move up all the way, unless now there is we guessed the NFP, of which now there is propaganda going on. It's going to be postponed, of which there is high chances as well because of government shutdown, as I said. But I'll be updating that on my post later today. Yeah, so that is it. That is what I'm expecting. It's very simple. When I just decide to focus, I just focus on like few currencies and others I normally. So what I normally do, for example, when the market comes to, because of this one, so what I normally do is that I come here and then create an alert and say when this market comes to 400, maybe you can create for 20. 147 for 20. I create an alert every time so that sometimes when it clicks once, sometimes I'll not be around. So I put every time, and I put the expiry here on November 2, so it's giving me like a month. It's okay. So then I create alert. So once this market will be hitting here, it will be notifying me. Sometimes it can actually even notify you on your email. So in case maybe you are not around with your PC, you can go to notification here and notify if you have the app, or send the email. You can set the account here. It's very simple. You can set the account. Your email is here. This is my email. And okay, okay, play sound. Okay, nice. So it will send me email once it hit my positions to tell me that, hey, your position, the USDJ price is crossing 147,420, and now I know it. Now it's the time to act instead of putting the buy limit. There's a lot of things I educated you about putting the buy limit and that. So that is my focus. So you see now that we have some struggles for you gold to hit the levels I'm talking about here. So once we cross this one, once we cross the matter here, once we solve this case here, once we solve case, and I think it is right there. That's why you see there's activities. Buyers and sellers here are really fighting. Once we cross this here, then boom, it's going to be very fast. Once we hit around 70, it's going to once we hit 70, between 70 and 3,900, it's going to be very fast compared to the activity that is going to take place here. Just see this. So that is my expectation tonight. So if you're watching this, ensure that like right now. That is the only thing I'm asking before we close this. I know it is going to be interesting, but just put that in mind. That is what I expect from the market. And then on next week, Monday again, we resume again. But in case of the NFP, I'll be coming live to update you on what we are going to do. Again, for the people with the profile, I know you are limited to this. You are limited to trending news and opening positions like scaling in, but there's no problem. I got you. Yeah, so ensure that you like this. That is the only thing that you can do. Come on, hey, jamani, just like, and it's going to be interesting. Yeah, so that is it. So if you have any question, you can leave it in the chat. Yeah, Carlos is still here. So Carlos, sijui kama uliingia position ya jana, so ya USD JPY. I think we entered together here. Sijui kama uliingia hiyo ama ulikuwa still kwa gold. Mimi kama si trade gold, wanawaambia si trade gold leo. So when I'm not trading gold, I always tell you that I'm not trading gold, because when gold is not clear on my side, I normally don't do that. It's going to frustrate you big. So that is it, guys. I think it has been let's actually figure 30 minutes and then a live of 30 minutes. Yesterday we did a live stream for how many hours? 8 hours. Let me show you something as we wait for the market to do its thing. Let me show you here. Oh, you see, how many hours? 8 hours 20. This is almost 9 hours. So we were waiting for the market to come to some positions here. Yeah, this is our entry. Just look at that. That is why. Look at this. I want to again. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at that. That was our entry. That's how it was looking like. This was our entry. Remember, this is yesterday. This is yesterday video. So this was us. This is our entry. Just look at that. And then I decided to keep this running. Yeah, look at the profit there, negative $12 down there. You can see. That is what was happening yesterday. And then when you move all the way like some few hours, like 6 hours later, you're going to see big profit there. How much is that? Look at that big move. So that is why I was very confident and I just left it running like that. Let's look at that move. And we made some quite good amount of money from just like that one. Yeah, look at that. That was 164. Yeah. The market went all the way. I think we made some quite a good amount of money. $200 just from live here. So that is good. If you make 200 or $100 per, if you make even $100 per day, that is $500 per week. That is $2,000 per month. Although maybe let's say even you lose like 5 days out of 4 weeks, you lose the 1 week. That is $1,500 per month. That is $1,500 per month. So if you have like that kind of calculations, 1,500, that's almost 200,000, almost 200,000 Kenya shillings per month. That's big amount of money here. But remember, I have different account. I have different account here. So that was yesterday, but still that is what I'm expecting today in case we have those prices. Then I'm gonna let you know here. Just look at the gold, and as well I'm monitoring again. Just look at this USD JPY. You see it's just coming down and it's almost to our position here. So once we get that, is going to do that. And yeah, we are almost here. So I marked 400. So from 400 here all the way to, I'll give it like 10 to, I'll give it 20, so that I scale in just slow by slow. It's going to come down and then eventually it's going to rise again. So if you missed yesterday USD JPY, that is the time now to have a buy when the market touches. Just buy at 400 and 250. That is a difference of 15 pip. Okay, so you scale in between those zones and it's going to be amazing. Yeah, that is it for today. That 3 minutes to that live. There's no questions, so I will see you again on Monday. Stay safe, and in case I get this, then I'll become live again. We do this on Monday. We are here again 10 a.m. East African time. Make sure that you join us. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I have different videos that you can watch here. You can as well follow me on TikTok, Dantech. Ensure that you follow me actually on TikTok, on Instagram, Dantech. Let's engage. My numbers there. WhatsApp me. If you have any question, we can just interact. If you're looking for mentorship, reach to me out. We can sort out that, and I guide you on how to just do this. All right, the market is moving down. It's almost to your position for your buy.